When I make vanilla flan, I say that one is the best. When I make chocolate flan, I say that one is the best. It depends on which I'm tasting at the moment. Today, I'm saying that this chocolate flan is the best. Hi, I'm Robert, and from today's recipe, we will get 3 flans with the diameter of 12 centimeters, approximately 473 grams each. We start with the crust because it needs time in the fridge to cool. For this, I placed in the bowl of a stand mixer 250 grams of flour, 20 grams of cocoa powder, 3 grams of salt and 10 grams of sugar, which I've sifted and mixed with a whisk so they are evenly combined. Over them, I add 203 grams of cold butter cut into cubes. Don't panic, I give you recipes that you can make at home in your own ovens. These are recipes adapted from larger recipes that I make in my laboratory. That's why the quantities may look a bit strange. If I gave you a recipe that makes 20 flans, that wouldn't be good either. So, if you wonder why I use these odd quantities, that's the reason. They are adapted from larger recipes that I test in my lab. Using the paddle attachment, on the slowest speed, mix until you obtain a sandy texture. Once the dough has this sandy consistency, add 55 grams of cold milk and 10 grams of egg yolk, about half a yolk. Mix again on low speed just until the dough comes together. Don't overmix. Remove the dough from the mixer bowl, wrap it in plastic wrap and shape it into a flat disc so it cools faster and will be easier to roll out later. Place it in the refrigerator for a few hours at minimum. I usually like to make it in the evening and leave it until the morning. The longer it rests in the refrigerator, the better it stabilizes. You will notice that there are still small pieces of butter visible in the dough that are not fully incorporated. Don't worry, that's perfect. Do not keep mixing until the butter completely incorporates because the dough will not turn out properly. This dough should have a slightly laminated texture, and if the butter is fully mixed in, it will not laminate at all. After the dough is chilled, roll it out. I didn't show you this step because I rolled it out in the lab using a sheeter, but you should roll it into a sheet about 2 mm thick. From this dough we need to cut 3 strips that are 37 centimeters long and 4.5 centimeters high with the same 2 mm thickness for the 3 rings of 12 cm diameters. If you use rings of different sizes, the dough strips will also need different lengths. So we need 3 strips and 3 discs, 1 disc for each flan. Place each strip inside the ring. I like to work on a sheet of parchment paper so I can move everything easily and the dough doesn't stick to the table. Insert the strip into the ring with the side that was facing down placed against the wall of the ring, placing it gently around the inside. At 37 cm the strip will overlay slightly, which is perfect so you can join them. Do not press too hard because you don't want to deform the dough. Then take one disc, fold it slightly and place it inside the ring as centered as possible. Starting from the place where the strips overlap, our 0 point, use your thumbs to press the base and the side strip together all around the ring until you return to the starting point. That's your flan shell. It goes quite quickly. The hardest part is rolling out the dough because it's quite large and hard to handle. Once all 3 molds are lined with dough, place them in the freezer for at least 30 minutes. In the meantime, but not right away, we will prepare the cream. The cream takes about 10 minutes to make, so after the shells have been in the freezer for about 20 minutes, you can start preparing it. For the cream, place in a bowl 138 grams of egg yolks, 118 grams of sugar, 48 grams of cornstarch, and 15 grams of vanilla, or another type of vanilla depending on what you use and how strong you want the flavor. In this recipe, the vanilla mainly enhances the chocolate flavor rather than making the product taste strongly of vanilla. Mix everything with a whisk. Meanwhile, or beforehand, place 550 grams of milk and 175 grams of cream in a saucepan and heat them while you prepare the eggs mixture. Once the egg mixture is smooth, temper it with the hot liquid, then return the entire mixture to the saucepan and cook it over medium-high heat until it thickens well and becomes glossy. If you want to measure the temperature, it should reach about 84 Celsius. Once the cream is ready, add 45 grams of butter. Because the amount of butter is small, it doesn't matter if it's cold or room temperature. Simply add it and mix until it melts and becomes fully incorporated. Since this is a chocolate flan, we of course add chocolate. 150 grams of chocolate with 70% cocoa. To get a good flavor, you must use a high quality chocolate. I use real chocolate and it should be one that you like the taste of. Taste it before using it because not all chocolates have the same flavor. I use Valrhona chocolate cullets. If you have a chocolate bar, chop it into smaller pieces before adding it. Mix well until the chocolate melts and the cream becomes completely smooth. The cream is ready. The flan shells are frozen, so now we fill them. Each flan gets about 390 grams of filling. Because the cream contains quite a lot of starch, whisk it before filling each shell, since it tends to thicken and stop flowing if you leave it sitting. My suggestion is to fill about 390 grams into each flan. If you have some cream left at the end, you can distribute it among the 3 flans. But if one flan doesn't have enough, it's harder to remove filling from others. Level the filling lightly, then whisk the cream again, shake the whisk and fill the next shell, again about 390 grams. Repeat the process for all 3. Once filled, place the flans back in the freezer for exactly 30 minutes, then bake them at 200 Celsius with fan for exactly 20 minutes. This helps achieve the perfect texture and prevents the top from cracking. After baking, leave the flans in their rings so they can stabilize properly for at least 6 hours. I prefer leaving them overnight, depending on when I bake them. The cream inside is very soft, and if you remove the rings too early, they will break. Once they are completely cooled, the last step before serving them is to give them a nice glaze. I prepared some apricot jam, added a little water, heated it, and blend it with an immersion blender until very smooth. You can also use an apricot nappage if you find it, or any other glaze. Because this is a chocolate flan, I added a bit of cocoa powder to the jam. After heating it, I use a silicone brush to apply a very thin layer on top to give the flan a nice shine. And this is how our flans turned out. If you plan to eat them the same day, it's best to keep them at room temperature so the texture stays very pleasant. If you want to keep them longer, store them in the refrigerator in a closed container. See you in the next video. Bye! For more recipes like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram for lots of useful tips.